Don't you just love this team? I just love this team. I just love this team. What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Rock'em. Your Orlando Magic win 114-108 over the Chicago Bulls at Kia Center, the second game of this 4-game homestand as we head into the All-Star break. What a win it was. It was not without drama. It was not without a little bit of physicality. A very physical game tonight, but a lot of fun to watch. Chat, so glad you guys are with us. We got this one working the first time today, which is great. A nice break from Thursday's game where we had all those technical difficulties, but we're here. We're here with the Six Man Show Postgame Live. I'm producer Kevin. Glad you're with us today. The Six Man Show Postgame Live is presented by Rock'em. Rock'em is a Central Florida company. They're based in Orlando, and they make socks and underwear. They're the world's largest sock store, in fact. They make socks and underwear of some of your favorite sports teams, like the Orlando Magic. Today, I'm going to show off, of course, my favorite ones for this season. These are the classic socks. They go with the classic jerseys, which the Magic will be wearing not once, but twice next week. Of course, on Tuesday, when the Magic retire Shaq's jersey, they'll be wearing those. But you can get these socks at rock'em.com. You can get underwear that match it, but also socks and underwear for some of your other favorite teams from the NFL, NHL, college sports as well. And also non-sports things, too. If you've got some people in your life that are non-sports fans, still check out Rock'em, because they got all kinds of cool stuff. But when you check out Rock'em, just be sure you use that code MAGIC20, because it'll get you 20% off your order at rock'em.com. And who doesn't like to save money when they're buying things? So use that code, get 20% off, and help the Six Man Show out along the way. Check them out at rock'em.com. Chat, what's up? Oh, man, that was a little dicey there in the third quarter, not going to lie. But first, we do have a super chat from Ty Mr. TV. He says, All-Star Franz, hit the like. Play our song. Man, Franz was a borderline all-star this season. I think if he had been a little more healthy and didn't have that stretch where he wasn't so good, we might be talking about it. But I tell you what, since they've announced the all-star reserves, Franz has been on a mission. I think, what's that, 3 out of 4 games now? He's had 30-plus points. He's looking really nice. This is a great time of year to have Franz hit full stride. But yeah, chat, what are you guys doing? How are you? Man, Rom says, hope this is the start of Cole's emergence or resurgence even. Yeah. Cole was pretty good tonight. You know, some good. Some of the stuff was, you know, still his, I don't want to say, the way he's been playing lately, he still had some flashes of that, but he did have some really good moments too. He really, really did. Some tough shot making down the stretch, which is typical Cole, and you love to see that. Thanks, Praises says, ideally this game shouldn't be this close against Chicago, though. I agree. And again, the Magic, you know, this really came down to that third quarter, the reason why this game was so close. It's the only quarter the Bulls won, actually. They outscore you by 8 in that third quarter. The rest of the game, all Magic. But that third quarter definitely made it tough. Yeah. Rom says, Boogeyman having 30 points again on fire. Yeah, he's been great. Ace the Baller says, Cole freaking Anthony. I'm just saying, looking good. Oh, Ace says, am I the only one not seeing Kevin? Oh no, we've scarred you from the last game. I'm here. Hopefully you can see me now. Only Mello says, I like Cole hitting those clutch shots, but once again the refs were iffy. I mean, yes, the refs were iffy, but at least they were consistently iffy. You know what I'm saying? They just let this be a physical game, pretty much like what was it? The Minnesota game? Was that the game that was super physical? I think it was. Where they just were swallowing the whistles all night, which, again, for the most part, tends to favor the Magic. Most teams don't want to play very physical, or as physical as the Magic, I should say. So it really favors the Magic. And I think it did again tonight. Dennis says, Paolo makes all-star team, and Franz says, hold my beer. Exactly. Ever since those reserves have been announced, Franz has been playing great. Jay says, finally, Goga. Happy for him. Let's talk about Goga really fast. I was going to save this for later, but since you brought it up, first off, how can you not love Goga Bitadze? Come on. I mean, the guy, just a classy dude, just a team player, and just a great attitude. Fun guy. But we have to give props to Jamal Mosley here, okay? Jamal Mosley realized what was happening. Nikola Vucevic, Orlando Magic legend, was cooking every big man that touched the floor tonight. Even Jonathan Isaac could not stop Vooch tonight. Okay, Wendell couldn't stop him. Mo Wagner couldn't stop him. Vooch, as we know, just as much as anybody, when Vooch is cooking, good luck. Good luck. In the fourth quarter, he brings in Goga Bitadze for the first time in however many games. And here's the stat I want you to know. Through 3 quarters, Nikola Vucevic scored 22 points. In the fourth quarter and overtime, Nikola Vucevic scored 4 points. 4 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. Now, part of that could be, DeRozan took over. He took more shots. Sure. Yeah, DeRozan or Kobe White or take your pick, Caruso, whatever. That could be part of it, yeah. But also part of it is because Goga Bitadze did a terrific job on Nikola Vucevic. There were a couple open threes that Goga let him have that Vuce missed. But outside of that, Goga did a terrific job. And so kudos to Goga. Kudos to Jamal Mosley. I liken this to I'm not a huge baseball fan anymore. I don't watch as much baseball as I used to. But baseball is all about matchups. If you think late in a game, sometimes there'll be 3 different pitchers in an inning, which makes for very boring baseball, by the way. But they will line up a pitcher with a matchup. That pitcher may not have pitched in 2 weeks, but they know it's a lefty on lefty, and the batter doesn't handle sliders well, and this guy throws a nasty slider, or whatever. Fill in the blank with the analogy. This felt like that to me. Goga hasn't played in, a couple weeks or whatever it's been. Real minutes, I should say. And then Jamal Mosley realizes through 3 quarters, this isn't quite working. I wonder if we throw our other big body out there if it can take care of Vooch. And it worked. So kudos to Mosley. Kudos to Bitadze. Love that. Love it when a plan comes together. Time Mr. TV says the Bulls really get a hard on to play us. Cole World sighting. He's alive. Think about these 3 games, with the Bulls this season. You had the Paolo game winner. You had the Franz game winner 2 nights later. And then today, this game goes to overtime after DeRozan missed a game winner. A very tight 3-0 series. About as tight as it can get. We've had several super chats come in here since I've been talking about Goga. Ace says, how about overtime Franz? Yeah, fourth quarter, overtime Franz. Really, the whole game was great. Luis Rosario says, Jalen with the jam hot chicken jam of the game. Yeah, that was nice. Very nice from Jalen. Shahin with the super chat says, very interesting lineup change. Go Magic. Yeah. Yeah, big time. Very interesting. I hadn't seen that yet. Shahin with another super chat says, Shiba dog raising an arm to greet someone asking, how is it going? Oh, that's, yeah, I think that was a little emoji thing that you can post here on super chat. And it translated it on my program here. It translated it into text. So I just read that. It's so funny. Thank you all. Thank you, Ty and Ace the Baller, Luis Rosario, and Shahin for all of your super chats. Always highly appreciated. Let's see. Matthew says, zero doubt in my mind that Franz will be an all-star next year. I'm here for it. Let's see it happen. Chris says, huge win. Franz Boogie gets it done. Gutsy decision to go with Goga and Cole, but it worked. Yeah, it did. We already talked about Goga choosing to go with Cole down the stretch there. He did make some big plays. He had a couple turnovers that weren't great. But all in all, a win is a win. You'll take it. Everett says, J.I., yeah. How good was J.I. tonight? 7 points. I think he had 11 or 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. Whew. Love to see that. Didala says, I'd say play this song, but this is one of those wins where I'm more tired than energized at the end. I'm feeling pretty good. Going into the final seconds there of the fourth, I was stressed. You get DeRozan a chance to win the game, a tie game, you get him a chance to take the final shot. You're not feeling so great. Franz played good defense, forced a long 3, and a difficult one at that, had a hand in his face. And fortunately, DeRozan was unable to convert it, and then I breathed a sigh of relief, that's for sure. The only hero says, my love for Jonathan Isaac is immeasurable. Yeah. Oh, man, Mess says, something is missing. Yes, Isaac playing full minutes. Isn't that funny? We get that whole stretch where the team just isn't playing well. We're like, something is missing. And other guys were hurt too, but man, Jonathan Isaac being back, big time. Rom says, hope this is Cole's resurrection game. We need our 6-man. I hope so too. We have a tough stretch next week, guys. It's only 2 games, but that is a tough 2 games. It's almost as tough as it gets. OKC, New York Knicks on a back-to-back. We'll talk about that later in the show for sure, but that'll be tough. Luis Rosario says the German hammer pounded the Bulls tonight. 9-9-9. Very nice. Oh man, Luke said, this is so good. Says, how do we keep having the worst third quarters then popping off in the fourth? It's so funny. The third quarter plagued this team in the beginning of the season. They got it figured out in the middle. And now it's back to being a big problem. I don't know what happened. But third quarters lately have been rough. Big time. Big time. The only hero says a great coach game by Mose. Very smart personnel adjustments. Big time. Big time. Ryan said had Franz on the over tonight, which is 24.5. Love to see that. Love to see that. Michael Martin says Cole came through. He really did. Really, really did. Chris says, inject the song into my veins. Let's get magical. Let's go. Space Coast Q says Franz snapped. That was a nail biter for sure. It really was. Here's the thing with Chicago. Really quick, before we look at the rest of these, I'm still convinced that Chicago is a much better team on paper than they are in real life. I think that's a good team over there. They've got some good pieces. I don't know why they're still under 500. I know they started really badly. They've played better of late. But on paper, that's a really good team. They also play really good defense. It's a mystery to me. I obviously don't watch every Bulls game. But in my mind, this is a good win for the Magic. I know record-wise, it's a sub-500 team. And so you always want to win those. But this team on paper is better than the record, if you ask me. And so I think this is a really good win. But yeah, credit to the Bulls. They had some terrific defensive possessions tonight. I mean, really good. Really good defensive possessions. So kudos to them. But take the L. Luis Rosario says, that was a playoff game atmosphere. Go Magic. Here's the deal, guys. It was. Down the stretch, it was good. I'm envisioning what Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be like. As long as the Magic are in both of those games and they don't slip away and end up being, uncompetitive, Tuesday and Wednesday, guys, could be an electric back-to-back. Electric. Tuesday night, man, I'm so fired up for Tuesday. I'm going to be there. Be there for both of those games. Tuesday night, I said I was going to talk about this later in the show. We are going to talk about it later. I'm just saying, to piggyback off of this, Tuesday and Wednesday should be two of, if not the two, most electric games of the season so far. Home games. I really think they could be. Armin says, boys and girls, play the song. You know what, Armin? Let's do that. Let's play this song. Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic. Watch out, beware. Gonna get you. Yes. Shout out to Armin, one of our beloved patrons. You better believe we can play the song. Aurora also says, play the song. Great win tonight. Love that. Sean says, Weltman says no trade because he wants young guys to develop and get playoff reps. I get it. I get it. A guy like AB. Another night with no AB. I feel you. I feel you on that. Ugh. It's hard, guys. I've talked about this on the show. I really thought there would be a deal. Well, that's not true. I went back and forth. There were parts of the season I thought there wouldn't be a deal. And then once Anthony Black stopped getting minutes, I thought, okay, maybe they're going to make a deal to open up space in the rotation for Anthony Black, and they didn't. So it stinks. I agree. Anthony Black should be playing today. Should be playing in the rotation. It's hard to see him not out there, but his time will come. His time will come. King 7 or King the 7th says, I bet P5 loves these games where you can just grab boards and dish dimes. Having to score 30 every night has to be a drain. You know, Powell, I think you're exactly right. I bet Powell thoroughly enjoys games like this. I know there's nothing like going out there and dropping 40, right? I mean, that's just, there's nothing like an efficient 40-point game. Like, that's got to be fun. But nights like this, you're right, where you can go out there and just do everything else and do it really stinking well and let another guy like Franz take the lead scoring the basketball. It's got to be fun. Got to be fun. Rich said, thought we would have an easy night tonight and cruise to a win. Started that way, sort of. Let the Bulls really into it at the end of the second quarter and then the third quarter, obviously. Armin says, Kevin, can you let us know where you got that shirt? Here, I'm going to remove this chat so I can show this shirt. Armin, unfortunately, as an old man that I am, that means I don't have to, buy my clothes fit for many more years these days. This shirt is probably, what year is it, 2024? This is probably anywhere from like 5 to 7 years old. So this is old. I got this, I believe it was just from Fanatics. It's an official like Hardwood Classics shirt. Mitchell and Ness and all that good stuff. I think I got it from Fanatics, and like I said, it's probably 5 to 7 years old. I'm an old man. Okay, so I can wear clothes for a long time now. As long as I don't grow this way, I can still wear my clothes. So yeah, that's the answer, dude. The Fanatics does have a lot of throwback classic stuff this season, obviously. So you can check them out there. But this is several years old. Mango Man says, "Can we blow out the Bulls for once?" I don't know how many more times we should have to handle this. Can you imagine being a Bulls fan though? Like you're this close 3 times to beating the Magic and you fall short all 3 times. Can't be a good feeling. John says, really trust Mosley right now. Love to see his growth as a head coach. Love that. Love that. Rich said, when is the last time Jonathan Isaac played 25 minutes? Well, I'll tell you. It has been 4. Yeah, it's been over 4 years now. Well, probably right at 4 years. Right before the COVID break of 2020 is when he was playing this many minutes. Yeah, it's a long time. Love to see that. Just keep this going, guys. Keep it going. Keep ramping up JI till we get to the playoffs. And then he can play 20 to 30 minutes a night, maybe. There are no back-to-backs in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Soul Train says, so happy JI played more minutes, and Franz in the fourth was clutch. He truly was. Truly was. Michael Martin says, Cole's a power forward, man. Yeah, Cole ends up with 11 rebounds tonight in 30 minutes. Dude's like 6'2". Incredible. Kaya says, 2-1 in overtime. Let's go. Love to see that. Chris Dees says, now free AB. Yeah. Janine says, what a game, Magic Maniacs. I'm just leaving the stadium, and it was electric. Let's freaking go. Let's go, Janine. Glad you got to enjoy this one tonight. Nolan says, J.I. putting in that work on defense. Facts. Ben says, Franz is really that dude. Can't wait till he does this against a contender in the playoffs. Woo! Me too, dude. Me too. CVM Teixeira says, J.I. is the future. Play the song. Let's go, J.I. J.I. might be the future. He's also the present. Let's go. Everett says, J.I. erased DeRozan from the game in fourth quarter and overtime. If he can do that every game, we can win a championship. Just need to be more consistent shooting. That's all. Yeah. Tidal says, I'm sleepy. How are you, Kevin? I'm wired. Shannon says, 19,458. Place was rocking. Yeah. Third most attended game in Magic history, supposedly. Those numbers are always weird to me. Especially tonight. There were a lot of, down the lower bowl especially. I saw a smattering of empty seats throughout the game. Now, of course, lower bowl, they could have been in some swanky, club or restaurant or whatever. But regardless, wish those seats were full. Didal says, impressive that we won with a -9 turnover and -5 offensive rebound differential in a way. Definitely strange. -9 turnovers and coming out with a win. Pretty rare. Ascension says, Goga is a great rim protector. Yeah. Goga and J.I. out there together down the stretch. Good grief. Scary hours. Noel Ramirez says, we need to bring Nikola Vucevic back home and have him come off the bench. Hey, someday it's going to happen. Just saying. Vooch said it on our show that he wants to do it. I know the Magic probably want to do it. I know the fans want to do it. Someday, Vooch is coming home. I have zero doubt in my mind about that. Zero doubt. Seth says, I must say Cole's craftiness is underrated sometimes. Sometimes he does too much, though, but it was on display tonight. I think that is an excellent point. Cole knows how crafty he is, how shifty he is. Sometimes he does do it too much, But every once in a while, Really pays off, and it did several times tonight. Brian says, why did Cole close the game out and Suggs sit out? Is anything wrong with Suggs? Why was Harris not playing either? Strange. It's one of those things. Mosley is known to ride the hot hand, and while I wouldn't necessarily consider any of those guys a hot hand tonight, I think Cole, it felt like Cole was really in kind of control when he was out there. Although not perfect, I thought Cole, we already talked about this, Cole had some bad turnovers, Cole had some ill-advised shots, all those things. But Cole, for the most part, was able to get where he wanted to get on the floor. And I think for the most part, Mosley just said, you know what? We're rolling with him. I think also Cole, what Cole does, balancing out with bringing in Goga to go alongside of J.I., I think was kind of what Mosley was thinking. Obviously, it paid off. But, yeah, I mean, not having Jalen out there down the stretch is always interesting. I'm a firm believer in Jalen being out there most, if not every, clutch, sequence there because of what he can bring on defense. But then, obviously, offensively, he's very capable shooter. Mess says Cole sees red when he matches up with Kobe. Apparently. Oh, yeah. Ty says DeRozan missed a dunk. That was crazy. What are the odds of that? So strange. Obviously, more than likely wouldn't have made a difference, but it would have made it a 2-point game. You never know. That was really, really crazy. Soul Train says Raptors fans were mad that I thought Paolo was better than Scotty Barnes, but he's not even better than Franz. He'd be the third option here. There are Raptors fans that believe Scotty Barnes is better than Paolo. Is that a thing? Good grief. Delusional. Crazy. That's really crazy. I'm shook after reading that. Hey guys, before we keep reading the chat, before we look at some of the stats and look ahead to the doozy of a week next week, guys, I'm not kidding. Actually, I'm probably going to breeze through some of this stuff tonight because I want to talk about next week. I'm so fired up. Before we get to those things, though, just want to remind you who we are. If you're new here, there's 150 of you hanging out with us tonight here live on YouTube, and many of you will watch later, on demand, either on YouTube or listening on podcast platforms. If you're new around here, we are the Six Man Show. We're an Orlando Magic podcast. We put out Orlando Magic podcast every Monday and Thursday, and we do this show right here live on YouTube after each and every Orlando Magic game, except for the next one, which we'll talk about later. And I'm producer Kevin. Glad you're here. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. If you like content like this, if you're just now becoming an Orlando Magic fan, maybe you've been a Magic fan for a long time, you're just now looking for some more content, and you found us. We're glad you're here. Subscribe if you're new, and obviously hit that like button if you're here watching. If you're enjoying this, if you enjoyed that big overtime win over the Bulls, definitely hit that like button. Luke says 13 assists between Franz and Paolo. That's always a W. Love that. Yeah, CVM Teixeira says Paolo is so unselfish. Facts. Soul Train says need to stack wins like this no matter how you do it to make the playoffs. 100% agree. 100%. We are almost at the point, and maybe we are. We might be at the point now where I'm like, you know what? If it's a win, I'll take it. Earlier in the season, we had some wins that even just a couple weeks ago, had some wins that I was just grumpy afterwards. I was like, we did not play well. Not good enough. But now, you're right. I mean, guys, we are 2 months from the playoffs, guys. We are, literally... is that 8 weeks from today or 9 weeks from today when the playoffs start? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9. Neither. We're 10 weeks. Dang it. 10 weeks in the playoffs. Either way, guys. So 2.5 months. 10 weeks from today. From today, the playoffs will start. Play-in starts a little earlier. So yeah, we are in this stretch where every win should be celebrated. Okay? Maybe we can sit here and debate, what went wrong and, make some suggestions of what could be fixed. But man, every game is huge. Jesus says Jonathan Isaac is the player and person every team needs. Play the song. Every team would kill to have a healthy J.I. Gary says if we stand our ground and beat these sub-500 teams, I see us moving to the 4 or 5 seed for the playoffs. Woof. That'd be crazy. We do have a ton of sub-500 games coming up, though. Ton of them. Oh, man. Noel says another win by the Kia boys. Let's go. Let's go. Mango says, can't believe Franz's career high in threes is only 5. Isn't that crazy? I feel like he's had some games where he just went off. Only 5 is very interesting. Jake Curve says, any team with Caruso, you got to watch your back. I dream of him in a Jalen backcourt. Imagine. Oh, my gosh. Imagine an Alvarado, Caruso, Jalen backcourt if we went small. Just menaces everywhere. Making life miserable for the other team. Man, that's crazy. Didal says, I love how everyone that's 6 or 7 years past the point that they stop growing is an old man. Just facts. I feel old, okay? I feel old. Oh, man. Let's see here. We'll skip ahead a little bit further so we can get caught up. Jay Curve says, Mac McClung should bring Franz to the All-Star game as a featured supporter for the dunk contest as a good look to the world that Franz deserves. That's not a bad idea. I don't know how close Franz and Mac got, during preseason stuff, but that could be fun. Mango Man says, good grief, Kevin sounding like Charlie Brown out here. It's facts. I say good grief all the time. Might be from Charlie Brown, honestly. Oh, my goodness. King 7 says, DeRozan thought P5 was going to hit him. It threw him off when he didn't. Oh, for that dunk? Yeah. Yeah, very, very interesting. That's funny. Chris D says, Kevin's not a lovable loser. He's actually awesome. Well, thank you. Did someone call me a lovable loser? I missed that. But Chris, thank you for calling me awesome. Appreciate that. You're awesome. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Michael, you're so right. We're going to look at some scores later in the standings, but he says the Sixers appear to be in a free fall after Embiid going out. Whew. Yeah, big time. They could be in real trouble. And guys, their schedule this week is crazy. Like crazy. We'll look at it later. Crazy. Remind me. We're going to look at the Sixers schedule later. All right, I want to breeze through this box score, like I said, because guys, I'm just fired up for this week. I'm so fired up. I really want to talk about this week. But we do need to talk about some of the things that happened tonight. Franz, obviously we'll lead with him as we always do because he's top of the list here. 36 points for Franz, just short of his career high. Ties his career high in threes made at 5. 12 of 22 from the field, 5 of 12 from 3, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. 3 boards, 5 assists, only 1 turnover in 43 minutes. That is a W. 19 points, 7 boards, 8 assists for Paolo. 5 of 13 from the field, not great. 2 of 6 from 3, it's all right. 7 of 8 from the free throw line, you'll take that. 3 turnovers. Paolo, Franz combined for 4 turnovers, I'll take that every night. Wendell really struggled tonight. The Bulls are a physical team. Andre Drummond, Nikola Vucevic, 2 tough players to either defend or rebound against, And so he ends up just with 6 points and 3 boards tonight in 25 minutes. Jalen shot the ball really well tonight. Obviously had that terrific dunk early in the game. 13 points for him, a board, an assist, a steal, 3 of 5 from 3. And then Markelle, very quiet night for him. 5 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, and only 16 minutes for Markelle. Very interesting. Joe Ingles played 9 minutes, didn't score. 2 assists. I don't know what happened there. Very strange night for him. I don't know if that was just a matchup thing or if he tweaked something. I have no idea. Speaking of quiet, Gary Harris played 22 minutes and scored 2 points. Not great. Really, the whole bench wasn't great except for 2 guys, statistically speaking. Jonathan Isaac is one of those guys. 7 points, 12 boards, a steal, 3 blocks in 25 minutes. Freaking Jonathan Isaac, dude. Unbelievable. Mo Wagner with 7 points. There it is. 7 points and a rebound in just 8:45 tonight for him. So how about this? Mo Wagner and Wendell Carter Jr. combined for 33 minutes tonight. That's got to be a season low or close to it. Cole tonight, I thought he was really good. Really good. Could have shot the ball maybe a little bit better, but outside of that, really, really good. 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists in 30 minutes for him. Did have 3 turnovers, but wow. And then Goga, not going to jump off the stat sheet, but 5 points, 2 rebounds, and a block in 14 minutes, and just played great defense. Love that. Love that for Goga. And then, yes, AB, Caleb Houston, and Chuma Okeke did not play tonight. Really quickly, looking at the Bulls, we talked about Vooch. only scoring 4 points in the fourth quarter and overtime with Goga on him. DeRozan ends up with 28. And that's, wow, they had 4 players in double figures. I think we only had 4 players as well. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we had, so both teams, only 4 players in double figures. Not exactly a barn burner from that standpoint, but obviously the Magic will take that every time. Mentioned earlier, the Magic win every quarter except for the third. I should back up. The Bulls only won the third quarter. The second quarter was tied, but yeah. Points in the paint, even 48 points each. Very interesting. The Magic got off to a really good start, points in the paint, and then obviously regressed a little bit. Both teams had a similar lead, 11 for the Bulls, 10 for the Magic. 35 bench points for the Magic, only 12 for the Bulls. That's crazy. 15 turnovers to 8, and yet the Magic win. 31 points off turnovers for the Bulls, and the Magic win. That is crazy. That is so rare to give up that many points off turnovers and the Magic win. Kind of wild. Really quick look at these shooting stats. Magic shoot 46% from the field and 33% from 3 and 73% from the free throw line. A bunch of meh numbers there tonight for the Magic, but a lot of meh numbers for the Bulls as well. 43, 32, and 71 splits for them. So the Magic actually shot better than the Bulls in all 3 facets of the game tonight, which is very interesting. Very interesting. All right, guys, let's look at some of these scores from around the league tonight. Right now on ABC is Suns Warriors. Oh, I might have to turn that game on tonight. Close game, 2-point game with 5 minutes to go in the third. Mavericks destroy the Thunder by 35. Good grief. We're going to look at the Thunder here in a second. Clippers beat the Pistons barely, which is surprising. Nets blow out the Spurs. Hornets, fresh off that embarrassing game on, was it last night or Thursday night, when they scored like 35 points in the half or something like that. They beat the Grizzlies. 76ers miraculously somehow beat the Wizards tonight by 6. Hawks beat the Rockets. Unfortunately, the Pacers beat the Knicks. You hate to see that for the Magic. And the Cavs continue their scintillating streak. They are on fire, and they win by 24 in Toronto. Incredible. I pull up the Thunder here because they play the Celtics. I'm trying to remember where is it? Okay, the Kings, sorry. Thunder play the Kings tomorrow. Okay, so they're going to have a back-to-back. So Tuesday's game in Orlando is going to be the third game in 4 nights for them. Meanwhile, the Magic get 2 days off. So the rest advantage will be there for the Magic on Tuesday for that huge game against the OKC Thunder on Tuesday on TNT, the night of Shaq's jersey retirement. Let's look at some of these standings. I'm going to refresh this, make sure it is up to date. Magic now still a half a game back of the Pacers. Was kind of hoping that the Knicks would win tonight so the Magic could pass the Pacers into that 6th seed. But regardless, still a half game back of the Pacers, a half game up on the Heat, and 2.5 games back of the Sixers for that 5 seed. Something to keep an eye on. Obviously, we mentioned the Sixers won tonight, but it was against the Wizards, so it doesn't take much to beat them. Magic now 6-4 in their last 10. You'd love to see how that has turned around. Magic playing some good basketball now. All right, guys. Like I said, I kind of want to skip ahead here to talk about this week and just how excited I am. Okay. First off, it's a little bit strange for us. I'll just housekeeping things for the 6 Man Show Postgame Live. I've already mentioned it before on the show, but just a reminder, we will not have a Postgame Live on Tuesday. Okay. First game we've missed all season long. All season long. This is, I don't even remember what game number this is. I think it's like 50. I'm going to find it here. What number? It's on the title of this. All of you can see it, but I can't see it. So I got to actually find this. And now my YouTube's freaking out. Come on. Why is this so difficult to see the title of this live stream that I'm doing right now? Okay, it is game number 53. Okay, so 53 plus 4 preseason games. This is 57, our 57th postgame live. So Tuesday, we will have done 57 postgame lives this season. That's crazy, okay? But yes, we will not be doing a postgame live on Tuesday. Why? Because Tuesday night, before even all the Shaq stuff, was already scheduled to be the 6-man show night at Kia Center, right? We have about 190 of our viewers and listeners that are coming to the game with us. We're all sitting together. It was this whole thing. If you're just, newer to the show, we did this whole thing back in August where we announced that we were doing this and a bunch of people signed up to come. So yeah, 190 of us are going to be there at Kia Center for this game. Coincidentally, they later announced that this was going to be the night of Shaq's jersey retirement. So because of this, because once the game is, if there wasn't a jersey retirement, we thought about maybe rushing, back to somewhere to do a post-game live. But with the game being a late game, 7:30, it'll be over at 10, and the jersey retirement won't start until 10:15, 10:30. Who knows how long that'll be done? That'll go. We won't get out of there till 11. We have a 6 fan show that night outside. So it's just a whole thing. We just decided we're just going to take the night off. We're not going to do it. We're going to enjoy it with the 190 of you maniacs that are going to be joining us. And so we're going to take the night off. Then Wednesday, that game against the Knicks, the show will be back. It actually will be Luke on Wednesday. And so I'll actually be off. Wait, I'm just now realizing this is I won't be on this until after the All-Star break. That's crazy. It's going to be like a week and a half till I'm back here on 6 Man Show Postgame Live. Regardless, we'll talk about that later. That's for us here at the show. That's what's coming up. Obviously, there will still be a 6 Man show on Monday and Thursday. But as far as Postgame Lives, that's the schedule. Okay, let's talk about these 2 games. Guys, the kind of momentum that happens sometimes from these home back-to-backs? It can be huge, right? It could also be really bad, okay? Let's be clear. OKC is the best team in the West, or, depending on the night, the best team in the West. The Knicks are one of the hottest teams in the East. They lost tonight. Obviously, they've got some injury issues right now. Julius Randle is out. I don't know if let's take a look, actually, if what's his name? Jalen Brunson played tonight. He did. Wow, he had 39. Wow. So he played, and they still lost. Interesting. I know, obviously, they haven't integrated all the new guys yet. Oh, Alec Burks did play. Okay, so Alec Burks is there. Regardless, that'll be interesting to see who's available Wednesday. Very, very tough matchups. Very, very tough. But what I was saying was, we've seen this. We've seen this several times where home back-to-backs can be a huge catalyst for a big stretch. Okay. Obviously, you love that the Magic are going into this on a high, getting the win tonight. Tuesday against the Thunder, guys, that is a tough, tough matchup. We do have the benefit of the schedule, the fact that we have 2 days off. The Thunder will play tomorrow at home against Sacramento. They played tonight, so Tuesday will be their 3rd game in 4 nights, and it will be on the road, okay? Schedule-wise, you almost couldn't ask for a better situation for the Magic, okay? But that's still a very difficult team. The Magic have got to get off to a good start. And with the crowd, the environment that I'm fully expecting on Tuesday, I think the crowd could help them with that good start. Then you got to be careful in the third quarter of a comeback. And if the Magic can take care of business in the first and third quarters, I really think the Magic have a good chance. Wednesday, however, Wednesday's tough because I fully expect them to have Bogdanovich in the fold by then. I'm trying to see. So the Knicks play Monday in Houston, and they have a day off and play Wednesday in Orlando. That's just tough. That's going to be tough. A second night of a back-to-back against the Knicks. I don't know what's going to happen that night. I really don't. That's going to be a really, really tough one. But if you can find a way to win both of those, look out. Look out to the rest of the NBA because this team will be feeling it after that, going into the All-Star break. And then we'll see what happens after that. Let's check on some of chat's thoughts on some of this stuff here. Do you believe in his prediction Tuesday point spread? Oh, that's a good question. Tuesday point spread. I think OKC will still be favored. Maybe. I think they will. I think it'll be really close, though. 3rd game in 4 nights. I'll probably put it like OKC 2.5. Maybe 3.5. I would be surprised if they weren't favored on Tuesday. Again, barring some sort of injury coming out or whatever in tomorrow's game for the Thunder. That's a good question, though. Chris says Mavericks just got really good. Gafford is going to feast. Yeah, they did. Nest still talking about tonight's game. So Isaac with a huge rebound after Cole's missed 3 in OT. J.I. always hustling. That was huge. Big play. Nidala says, have fun at the game, Kevin. Hope the Magic can win again. Me too, man. That'd be awesome. PJ says, wish I could be there for the 6-man show night at Kia. Get loud for the Magic, bro. You better believe our section is going to be popping on Tuesday. We're going to be feeling it. Jude says we have a back-to-back. You won't do the Knicks post-game? Negative. I'll be at that game as well. So our boy Luke from the 6-man show will be hosting the post-game live. Jonathan and I will both be at that Knicks game on Wednesday. I get to do the nice little back-to-back. you guys got to understand, I usually go to at least one game a month. And this year I have abstained from attending games so I could hang out and do this show after almost every single game. I've not done 3 games, and I've enjoyed every single second of it. It's been great. Totally worth it. I wouldn't trade it a bit. But I got to go get some games in, okay? This is my team, all right? So I found a back-to-back, a nice home back-to-back. Get to hang out in Orlando for a couple days. I'm really, really pumped about it. Do you believe in says, give us some quick live streams Tuesday so we can see the Commission's excitement. I will tell you this. If the Magic win Tuesday night, and, obviously it'll be after the jersey retirement thing. So, give us a little bit of grace there. But if the Magic win, we will probably go live walking out of Kia Center. It might be a quick little 5-minute hit on Instagram or something like that. Instagram or Twitter, I don't know. So just follow us on socials. We'll obviously, if the vibes are high, we'll do something, no doubt. It just won't be the official 6-man show post-game live here on YouTube. So definitely make sure you're following us on all the socials. We do have a super chat from Luis Rosario. Says the Kia Center is going to be renamed the Magical Square Garden after we beat the Knicks next week again. That would be great. Would love that. Mango Man says, don't want to get ahead of myself, but Knicks with no Randall or OG is a prime winning opportunity. Could also be a trap game. Facts and facts. You're 100% right. I mean, the thing is, any team that has that guy named Jalen Brunson has a chance to win every night. Always possible. Ty Mr. TV says, I'm going to the Knicks game too. See you there, brother. See you there. Chris says, this is when living in Arkansas hurts. I feel that, bro. Feel that. Oh, man. Okay, guys. 43 minutes. Good grief. We've gone a long time. I think that's probably going to do it here. This is strange. Like I said, I didn't realize until I just was sharing. This is my last time with you guys until after the All-Star break. So I'll be back that Thursday, I believe it is, when the Magic play Cleveland. So it'll be a week and a half of no post-game lives with me. That's crazy. That's tough. Obviously, like I said, Tuesday night against the Thunder, no post-game live, but follow us on socials for coverage of that game. It's going to be a magical night, no doubt. Wednesday night against the Knicks, Luke Silly will be hosting the post-game live, so obviously tune in for that. Monday, new episode of the 6-Man Show, so obviously tune in for that. Oh, so much happening. The week's going to be crazy. It's going to be so much fun. Let's get not 1 but 2 wins, please. After a great win tonight, we'll take it. So anyway, see you sometime. Let's go, Mad.